web sling yourself around a Russian cosmonaut space station. No, that's not right. Use a grappling hook to pull yourself. No. Use a plunger? Hi, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're going to do a review for Yupitergrad, a game just released on the Steam store today, August 27, 2020, for the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. It retails for $14.99. I actually got this through Viveport Infinity, and I had a blast playing this game. I highly recommend it. So there's several web-slinging, grappling hook games in VR, but this is the only plunger game that I know about where I use a plunger in a Russian cosmonaut space station to propel yourself around. You also have like a secondary boost, which is just like a little jetpack boost to help you cross greater distances. And you don't have any other locomotion, but you do have snap turning available. This is running on the Unity engine, and what sets this game apart from other web slinging, grappling hook, pulling games is just how polished and experienced this is, and that there's a nice little story here as well. I had fun playing this game. It's one of those games that has generous checkpoints, which I really like, and the difficulty is just in the level design. And there's always new mechanics being added, new dangers. You have rotating fans, you have spiked barriers, you have obstacles, you have to find how to move them, you have flames, and you go underwater. There's noxious gas, there's panels that'll disappear in a very short time, so you got to be quick. There's just always something new, something interesting as you go along in this game. So this game feels fresh. You know, it never gets stale. There's always something new, and it feels satisfying from start to finish. And unlike some of these other games that are of this type, it doesn't feel like just it's a challenge level where you're just doing one level after the other. It actually feels like parts of a story adventure that you're on as you navigate around this cosmonaut space station. The voiceovers are nicely done with some nice little jokes. I really like the humor. I really like the cel-shaded art style. It all felt this world, and it all comes together in a nice package. And because of the generous checkpoints, this game just feels fresh, fast-paced, and action-packed throughout. You know, I never felt bored. I never felt frustrated, even though some parts of this game were very difficult, just because you're right back in the action even when you die. And yeah, I died a lot, but it was fun throughout. The game took me, I want to estimate 3 hours to complete, but because Viveport Infinity does not keep track of my time played, it might have been 4 hours. I'm going to say 3 to 4 hours to complete this game. If you're really good, you might beat it in 2 hours. You could possibly speed run this game in 1 hour or less, depending on your skill level. But I think most people will take at least 3 hours, maybe more. And yeah, I experienced zero issues. The game was running fine for the most part. I was getting 90 frames per second. I did see it drop to 70 at some point, but for the most part, it was running at 90 frames per second without any issues at all in my game time. And yeah, it felt like a nice little story, a well-polished game, which is surprising. I had not heard of this developer or this game. I saw it on Viveport Infinity, so I wanted to try it out, and it was a blast throughout. My only criticisms of this game is 2 points. The first point is the very last challenge wasn't very satisfying. It was a little too simple, which was surprising because the game had just been getting more difficult and more difficult, and I expected the last part to be, you know, at least as difficult as some of the previous sections, but in fact it was probably one of the easiest sections of the game, and that was very surprising and a little bit of a letdown if I'm being honest. My only other major criticism of this game is that I would like to see more variety in the visuals for this game. So you're going around a Russian cosmonaut space station, and there is variety in the level design, but as far as the visuals, you're looking at a lot of the same shapes and colors. I would have liked to see more variety visually. So maybe some vistas of space, something just to keep it more interesting versus just the basic shapes and colors that you see throughout the game. And like I said, there were no other major issues. The game ran fine. One minor quibble is that one or two times I landed in a spot where I was stuck. But like I mentioned earlier, the checkpoints are very generous and the restarts are very quick, so it wasn't that big of an issue. Overall, I had lots of fun playing this game, and if I had to rate it, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, which may seem like a low score to some of the viewers who don't watch a lot of my videos, but it's actually a very high score for me. I highly recommend this game. I had a blast. I think it's one of the best, if not the best, web-slinging game for VR when you consider the level of polish, the fact that they put a nice little story in it, and the fact that the whole game is just brisk, fast-paced, and fun throughout. And I also think this game is reasonably priced, given the quality and the quantity of the content. It's a blast. I had fun. It's on Viveport Infinity, so if you have Viveport Infinity, there's no question about it. It's a must download. For everyone else, I highly recommend you get it on the Steam store. It's a blast. One of the better games I played in VR recently. I'm Fast Lawyer. If you like my review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, please have a wonderful day. Goodbye.